Welcome to our latest 1v1 here on the Soccer Down Here Network. My name's Jason Longshore. We've been doing the virtual brewery tour, and we're kind of taking a detour from the brewery tour and starting the virtual cidery tour today with our friend Jackie Annise from Urban Tree. Jackie, how are you?
Good, Jason. Thank you so much for having me on today.
No problem. I'm looking forward to some cider. I think the timing has worked out pretty well. We're in the cider kind of season. How are things going for you guys right now? Are they at all resembling what a normal fall would be?
The weather is not quite there yet, and neither are we, to be honest. Our tasting room is back open with limited hours and limited capacity. Our harvest is still happening, and things are looking up, looking semi-normal.
So for people who are part of the brewery scene and they like to go out and sample the different kinds of beers and stuff, how do you guys get people off of the brewery tour and into the cidery? Has it been a challenge? Has it been hard to connect with that? Or do you guys kind of find these partnerships with different breweries out there?
A little bit yes and a little bit no. So oh boy, where to start with this question? We do have great relationships with all the breweries in and around the city. A lot of them have come over last minute to help me figure out something with equipment. We always try to, we've done a collab with a couple of local breweries. We made an apple ale before, as well as, a cider and a lager is a snake bite. So you can make a local snake bite if you wanted. So as far as getting people from breweries to us, well, we have a couple tricks up our sleeves, but the biggest one is really education. So cider is actually one of the oldest drinks. An apple fell to the ground and it started fermenting and someone drank it one day. And that's the long story short of how cider was first found out and created. And it was over in Europe. And if you go over to Europe today, cider is still a vastly drank beverage over there. It's on all taps, it's in all pubs. But it's a lot different than what American ciders are. Because, us Americans, we love our sugar. So when cider was brought to America, what did we do? We added a ton of sugar to it. So all of your mainstream ciders in America are very sugary. They're very, very sweet. And that's not the way cider is supposed to be. So if you visit your local cidery, which we are in Atlanta, most craft cideries, their ciders resemble the way it should be, nice and dry, okay. Very farmy, very barny, back to the earth. So when people come into our tasting room, we educate them on that, and we have 12 different ciders on draft. I'm not going to lie, we do have a sweet one because that's what everyone expects. So we educate them when they come in. We have spicy ones, we have fruity ones. Everyone can find one that they like. But the catch is we also have a full bar. So if you come in and cider's just not your thing, that's okay. We also support our local breweries and carry all their beers here. We also support our local distillers and shrub and syrups companies and have craft cocktails that we make with our ciders and with their spirits as well. So is it difficult to educate people? Yes, but when people come in the front door, 9.5 times out of 10, they find a cider that they at least will have one glass of, if not more.
The one that I've had people tell me that I have to come try is the habanero haze. That's the one that I hear so many people talk about.
Popular selling cider.
Is it?
Yes. And that is a cider that is made from a labor of love. Those habaneros were hand-picked and hand-peeled, and we cry every time we have to do it.
Oh, man. See, I'm going to have to get one of those as it gets just a little bit cooler this year. Tell me how you guys got started. How did Urban Tree get underway?
So my sister and her husband, Tim and Maria Rizzuta, Tim is a full-time dentist, and he has a practice we're located on Howell Mill. His dental practice is on the opposite end of Howell Mill. He wanted to open up a cidery. We've always been a family of avid cider drinkers and kind of wine snobs. And one day in the basement, Tim started messing around with some recipes. I kind of joined him, and then he literally one morning over coffee said to my sister, I think I want to open up a cidery. So the cidery has been open. We opened in March of 16, and I think that idea took about 7 years to come to fruition, and we've been open for 4.5 years now.
How challenging has it been this year? Because, I mean, I can't imagine this was a year that you had any kind of preparation or anything for. How challenging has it been just riding this out and figuring out how to navigate it?
You know, it has definitely been a challenge. I can't say our challenge has been any more or any less than anyone else's. You know, we're all in this boat together. But I am glad you asked that question, because a lot of people, the one question I usually get is more specific. It's, well, the alcohol industry has over a 200% raise in sales. And I'm like, yeah, they do. The alcohol companies that you buy at Costco, that you buy at BJ's, that you buy at Sam's, and that you buy at the grocery store, they're not your local small guys 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. They're what you can get in cases, and they're what you can get in 30 packs. It's also your wine, your boxed wine in bulk, and your spirits, you know. So it's really not your small local 6-pack, 12-pack breweries or cideries that have seen that impact. So, you know, we're down from where we were last year. It has been challenging, but, you know, we are selling cider, not beer, so that's a challenge in itself. So we definitely rise to the occasion on the challenge. We're still open, so that's good.
So if people want to come by, you know, are you guys doing the curbside? Is it easy to deal with people who want to, you know, be socially distant and are trying to maintain that level of safety? How easy is it for people to come and get the cider from you guys?
Absolutely. We are taking 100% all precautions. All of our staff is temperature checked, hands are washed. We have sanitizing stations throughout the entire tasting room, as well as bottles on the table, and masks are, of course, being worn, and tables are socially distanced apart. If someone wants to do curbside, I am more than happy to do that. They can just call us, tell us what they want, pay over the phone, and I'll bring it out to their car if they want to pop the trunk. We do not have set up like a permanent stand outside. However, they can order off of our website and we could ship it to them, or they can even get it to go, like Uber Eats will deliver it.
Oh, wow.
It's really actually called Roadie.
Yeah.
But that's something that we were able to set up we actually had it set up in January, not knowing this was going to happen. The fact that we were preemptive and set it up, we're like, oh, well, that was good timing, unfortunately.
That's amazing. That's a new one. I haven't heard of anybody pulling that one off. That's very cool.
So we're able to do that because we're actually a winery. There you go.
Okay. Now I get it. Savvy.
Yes, the Georgia state laws are very interesting.
I like it. One thing that I've noticed about you guys, and obviously being one of the announcers for Atlanta United too, you guys have the official fan cider for the Twos. How did that partnership come about?
We do. I was so excited when this opportunity came across our way. You know, Atlanta United, I personally feel, you know, united the city as far as fandom goes. My husband is from Philadelphia, and if we go to a Falcons game, he's there probably with a large majority of the crowd in his Eagles stuff. So when we went to the United game, I was like, I want to be a part of this. This is what Atlanta is behind. And when the opportunity for the sponsorship came up, we were like, absolutely, no doubt about it. Because the other thing is, you know, if you go over to soccer stadiums, football stadiums in Europe or the UK, there's cider there. It is predominant over there. So we're like, this sponsorship makes sense for us, because soccer and cider, in our minds, they go together.
100%. It's going to be exciting when we get into 2021 and we're able to do some soccer down here events with you guys when the Twos are on the road and John Nelson and I aren't calling the games. We can come over and host a viewing party for the Twos with you guys and have some of the fan cider.
Oh, that would be amazing. We'd love to have y'all.
We can't wait till this happens. I mean, it's been such a crazy year. We had all these different shows set up to go do live events, and we've had to scrap that and push it back. But we're trying to use these as a way for people to learn about the different breweries and cideries and different aspects of what's going on in Atlanta. If people are interested, how can they follow you guys, and how can they keep up to date with everything coming out?
The two major social media platforms that we update regularly is Facebook and Instagram, and it's just at Urban Tree Cider. We are also on Twitter, and we try to update our website as much as possible.
Is there anything special coming out this fall that we need to be prepared for and mark down?
So in our tasting room, we always have some fun seasonals that you can't get out in the market. And this weekend, we are actually releasing a pumpkin cider. It's actually called the Great Pumpkin Cider, to make sure Charlie Brown shows up and he knows that it does exist. And then in the next coming months, we'll actually have some fun, new, exciting flavors in cans that you'll be able to get at your local retailers, including the Habanero Haze.
Oh, okay. Now I'm sold. Now I'm set.
That's going to go into a can very, very, very soon.
That is awesome. Everybody who is listening, please make sure you're following Urban Tree. We're going to be there sometime soon, hopefully sooner rather than later, for Tuesdays games, but also just to come out and do a live soccer down here show. Jackie, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Hopefully we get some more people learning about the cider side of things and sampling.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'm always here if you or if anyone listening has any questions at all about anything.